Hari Om Jai Kumar ji.
Rukmani ji, Hari Om.
Last week you explained this sloka. Sadashiva Samarambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Pariyantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Right? So this second line, that is Asmadacharya Pariyantam Vande Guru Paramparam. To my understanding, starting from Sadashiva, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, then Asmadacharya Pariyantam, Idanim Asmakam Acharya. That is present Acharyas. And to them also my protestations, my namaskaras. So that is what I understood. Starting Sadashiva Arambam Shankaracharya Madhyamam. Asmadacharya means present. That is our present Gurus, Pujya Swamiji and you. So when we start our studies, we are supposed to convey our namaskaras, pranams to all Gurus. Even Asmadacharya means present Gurus. Is it not so?
Yeah, you can. Asmad Acharya can become Mama Acharya or Asmakam Acharya. It's a samasa. So therefore we can split it either way. And yeah, sure, our Gurus who are all there right now, who are living and who are talking and speaking right
Yes.
now. Some Gurus I am able to listen to. Others maybe I'm not listening to them right away. But yeah, they are all they are also, they can be recognized. Yeah.
I think you did, because of your modesty or humbleness, you didn't talk about that line, I feel.
I mean, our Guru, I think I must have said, maybe I forgot to say, Asmad Acharya, our Guru. So Guru Swamiji is there. And so until our Guru, the one who's been the cause for this teaching at the present life, in this life.
At present, you are also being worshipped as our Guru. You should, we have to do Vandanam to you also. Asmad Acharya Pariyantam. Pariyantam means till today.
Until, yeah.
Until today. So that is what I wanted to clarify, and I want to give a view to all my Sahapatis.
Yeah, generally we want to keep our Swamis in front of us. And in our tradition, that Swamitvam is so important. And so that's why we mentioned that. And so it's good to have Swamiji in front of all of us. Yeah. Thank you, Rukmani. Yeah.
Thank you, Rukmani ji, and also Guruji. And with regard to the prakriya, you talked about 3 or 4 different methods. Drigdrisha, Viveka, Srishti Prakriya, etc. But I just would like to know, will you please throw a little more light on the various different methods? Or is it so significant that we wish to know about it?
Yeah, it's like what I described. And Drigdrishya means separation of the world into Atma and Anatma. The 2 things in this world. What are the 2 things in this world? Shastra will say Anatma and Atma. Everything you see is Anatma, and the seer is Atma. Anatma changes, Atma does not change. Anatma perishes, Atma does not perish. Anatma is finite, Atma is not finite. Like that. That analysis is called Drigdrishya Prakriya. And then Avasthatraya Prakriya. is the 3 states of experience. So how many experiences we have, if you ask, then many experiences, but they're all clubbed into just 3 categories: waking experience, sleep experience, or rather deep sleep experience, and dream experience. Dream.
Okay.
Dream is also considered as a separate experience in this analysis.
What is the name of once again?
So name, so Sanskrit, dream experience. So sleep experience, dream experience, and waking experience.
Okay.
3 experiences. So Jagrad Avastha, Swapna Avastha, and Sushupti Avastha.
Okay.
Sushupti is the technical word used for deep sleep, dreamless sleep. Correct?
Okay.
And so that analyze that experiences, all these experiences. And I am the one who sustains all the experiences. So experience is me, but I am not experience. Experience is me, but I am not experience. Pot is clay, but clay is not pot.
Okay.
Experience is me. But I, what about I? Am I experience?
No.
Do I become whatever I experience? No, that is not possible. That is why I can have many experiences, because I am not experience. And then, so that's one. And then the other one is the Panchakosha Prakriya.
Yeah.
Panchakosha Prakriya is a methodology that tells me the various types of mistakes I make. First mistake I make is I am the body.
Okay.
I am the body. This is the first mistake. And so I connect the body. That connection with the body is called a kosha. Therefore, body is called a kosha. Kosha is like a cover. Achadakatvat kosha. And so, like a cover. And so, I don't have any confusion when I look at the world. I never confuse myself with any object outside my body. But then, still, there is some confusion. So, Shastram says, when my child is not well, I am not well. When the child is not happy, I am not happy. So there is an association. But we'll leave that aside. But body is one. And then further going down. So sense organs, more subtle. So I am blind. Eyes are blind. Eyes are short-sighted. I say I am short-sighted. The quality of the eye is imputed, projected, superimposed on Atma. Correct? The projection is being, the projections are all being, the errors are all being talked about in this prakriya called Panchakosha Prakriya. Then finally, this Anandamaya Kosha is there. Like that, there is a prakriya. We don't need to get into all the details now, but that is called Panchakosha Prakriya. So here is Srishti Prakriya, the Prakriya of creation. And in the Srishti Prakriya, the important thing is that comes out of that is not how the creation came about, even though it talks about a model about the way creation came about. The how part is not important. What is important is that the entire creation is pervaded by the cause.
Okay.
The entire part and the entire world of parts, clay objects is pervaded by clay.
Clay.
That is the purpose there.
Thank you.
Sure. These are all called prakriyas. And so the approach that a particular Upanishad will take to unfold the nature of Atma, nature of Brahma. Yes, I got this. So let's see. Haraprasad.
Mahesh ji was there.
Sure. You can unmute yourself, Haraprasad. Now you need to unmute yourself.
In the Sloka 7.3, the Tattvataha means reality.
Tattvataha. Tattva is reality. Tattvataha, in reality.
Ah,
In reality.
okay.
With
Okay.
respect to reality.
Okay.
Mahodaya,
Then
he is
the 7-4, this Bhumi Rapo Nalo Vayuhu.
Yeah.
I think this comes in Ganapati Atharva Shirsha also.
Right. Correct.
Yeah.
Comes in Ganapati Atharva Shirsha. It comes in somewhat in Upadesha Saram. It comes in its entirety in Dakshinamurti Stotram. Those who know Dakshinamurti Stotram will also recall. So, Hurambham Sanalo Nilombaram Aharnatho Himam Shufpuman. So, like that it comes. So,
Okay. A third question, Jagmarji, I think I asked you privately, but you asked me to raise in the class. So I'm doing that. This is about the Mundaga Upanishad. In Sloka, I think 1.5, first ring, fifth Sloka, I believe. He explains all the Vedas as Aparaha and Atma as Para. That is, and the book translated it as inferior and superior. Maybe, I don't know whether that's the right translation. But this is a book read by one of the Swamiji and sold by Ramakrishna Math. And I got a copy of this book made in 1920. So that's where it's said. So my question was, Para is superior and Apara. So is it Para, Apara different than Paroksha and Aparoksha? That was
okay. So the question is this. We quoted a Upanishad Vakya when we talked about this Paravidya and Aparavidya. And normally we say all the objective sciences, everything you've studied, everything that's being taught in schools and colleges, so forth, it is all Aparavidya because it is about the world, about Anatma. And then what about Paravidya means Atma Vidya is Paravidya. Anatma Vidya is Aparavidya. And then what is Atma Vidya? Then the Vedas talks about Atma Vidya. Therefore, Veda comes under the category of Paravidya. Like that we say. And suddenly, this Mundaka Upanishad comes and says, when it defines Aparavidya, it doesn't talk about objective sciences. It says, the following is Aparavidya. Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharvana Veda. When I first read it, I said, my heart sank. I said, what is this? And then, like that, Jyotisham, Chandasam, Kalpam, Niruktam, like this big list. So Veda, Upaveda, everything just says, this is all Aparavidya. Then Paravidya, Yaya, Brahma, Adhigamyate. It leaves it like that. He doesn't even categorically point out anything. He says, that by which Yaya, Brahma, Adhigamyate. Brahma is understood. That Vidya is called Paravidya. That's all it says. It doesn't point to any book or anything. Which means what? Book already pointed out. Vedas itself is gone. Gone. The entire, all the words of the Upanishad also is Aparavidya. Why? Because it's a word. It's a word. And that Atma, which cannot be objectified, which makes you understand that, is called Paravidya. And so Paroksha, Aparoksha. Yeah, you can say that. You can say that. I never thought of it like that before, whether, Aparavidya is Aparoksha, etc. See, Aparoksha, you can say that because Anatma is not Atma. Anatma is whatever is away from Atma. Whatever is away is called Aparoksha. Therefore, you can say Aparoksha, but you never will see in the Shastram Aparoksha Vidya, etc. You will never see. And Aparoksha, Paroksha Vidya and all, you will never see that. And but I think it's okay to think of it like that. It's technically correct. Paroksha and Aparoksha. The reason we reserve Aparoksha and Paroksha specifically for our idea of Bhagavan, Ishvara. we grow up thinking Ishvara is somewhere else. And that somewhere else is, we kept Ishvara as Paroksha. You don't come here, you just stay where you are. Don't bother me in my life. When I want you, I'll call you. Okay. This is how we have kept Bhagavan, Ishvara. And so, but then Aparokshi Karanam. So we make that Bhagavan as Aparoksha because Bhagavan is all pervasive. And so that's where we use this word there. We would like to reserve those words for this. Any other questions, Mahesh?
Now, Jagamarji, continue on that when we talked about Sloka 646, in our discussion, we said Brahman Asti is Paroksha Jnanam, and at least that's why I wrote it. And Brahman Asmi is Aparoksha Jnana.
Right.
Right. So I consider self-knowledge is Aparoksha Jnana. Is that correct?
Correct. Absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Self-knowledge is so Brahma Asti. Brahma Asti means what? There is Brahma is there. There is a Brahma. There is a Brahma. Brahma Asmi is what? No, it's like saying somebody comes, is Jaikumar here? They say, knock on the door. Yeah, I open the door and say, yes, Jaikumar is there. Suppose I say, how does it feel? Okay, please come in, Jaikumar is there. Okay. In fact, there's nobody else in this house other than me also. Okay. I still, he doesn't know who Jaikumar is. So, yeah, Jaikumar is there. And then, shall I call Jaikumar? Yeah, please call him. I want to meet. Okay, I am Jaikumar. Okay. So, this is a very funny conversation. We don't have this kind of conversation. So, the Jaikumar is there. This is Jaikumar. This is the conversion. So, that is Brahma Asti. There is Brahma. God is there. And then Ishvara is there. Then Aham Ishvaraha. That is Aparoksha Jnana. So yeah, Brahma Asti, Brahma Asmi. Asmi is am, Asti is. Is Aparoksham. Am is, is Paroksham. Am is Aparoksham. Nothing can be away from I. So Aparoksham. Very interesting, very beautiful word. Fascinating it is. Okay. Haraprasad, go ahead.
Yeah, Mahodaya, is Sankhya is also one of the Prakritis?
What do you mean by Sankhya?
Sankhya philosophy.
Yeah, so you are now talking about darshanas. Darshanas, they're called darshanas. So the Purva Mimamsa, Uttara Mimamsa, then Sankhya, Yoga, and then Nyaya, Vaisheshika. These are the 6 darshanas, Shad darshanas they are called. Okay, but here we are talking about Prakriti. It's a model of creation that is being talked about.
Oh, okay.
Okay, model of creation. Creation model.
Okay.
And so Sankhya's also may use this creation model. We don't know. We don't know. I'm not.
I thought they use Prakriti and Purusha as a model.
Correct. Prakriti and Purusha, they say. Sankhya. Correct.
Yeah.
So for them, Prakriti and Purusha, they are 2 parallel realities. Right? Purusha is a reality. Prakriti is an independent reality. And they call it Prakriti. Correct. So the Prakriti is a common word that's being used. But our understandings of Prakriti will be different.
Okay.
In our thing is what? Prakriti depends on Purusha. There, Prakriti and Purusha are independent.
Correct. Okay. Dhanyavada.
Yeah. Okay, Prasad, go ahead.
Yeah. Namaste, Jaykumarji. Actually, there was a discussion on the Atma getting experienced. And today you also talked about one of the Prakriya, example, Avasthanatraya. So probably you didn't extend beyond that. I understand that maybe a different question would have got answered. But I was just referring to the experience of Atma. Now, it is never experienced, right? But not in the sense of experiencing like a book or a table, right? Now, but there is another sense I can say that it is always experienced in the sense of it is experienced as an experiencer of all the objects, right? So it's, in other words, I'm recognizing that experience. So that in that sense, I can say that it is always experienced. So answer is yes to that. Maybe no to that, because I will never be experiencing as some book or any other material. You can say that way, right?
Yeah, of course. So in every experience, there is Atma. Without Atma, there is no experience. But Atma is not an object. Therefore, Atma cannot be experienced as an object, like a book, like you said. Therefore, you can never come back and say, I experienced Atma just now. In my meditation this morning, I experienced Atma.
Yes.
Nobody can say that. If somebody start properly, no, the person who start properly will understand properly, will not say it. Otherwise, they can say anything like that. Those statements can be made. Finally, I experienced Atma. Okay. So, whatever I experience is anatma. Correct. Yeah. So, what you're saying is right. So, without Atma, there is no experience. That is why Atma is the adhishthanam of everything, of the entire world. Jagat, Atma. That's why Ishvara is called Paramatma. Why Ishvara should be called Paramatma when Atma is here? Why he should be called Atma also? Well, that is a connection there. Good. Any other questions? Yeah, Vaidyanathanji.
Hello, Sajay Kumarji. You can hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So we talked about Swabhava Prakriti and Swarupa Prakriti. So can we think of the Swarupa Prakriti as Purusha?
Yeah, Swarupa Prakriti is Purusha, correct. In different contexts, that word will be used. Purusha.
Okay, thank you.
Purusham Prakritis Chaiva. Like that, Arjuna is going to ask a question later on also.
Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, the good thing is different words but have the same meaning.
Right, thank you.
Yeah.
I have a general question, which actually I thought of several times, but I forgot. So we talked about the koshas, right? These are all subtle bodies. Now, when it comes to the causal body, how do I get the breath? The subtle part of it is absent when I'm into deep sleep, the causal state, karana sarira. So how is that my the vital organs are still functioning with the breath and all?
So the question is, how are vital organs functioning when you're asleep? Is that the question?
In the deep sleep, in the causal state where the subtle body is absent, but I still survive with my breath. The breath is necessary. So I still have the breath. So if I am observing a person who is sleeping there, his subtle body is absent, but he's still breathing.
No, we don't say subtle bodies are. Sukshma is very much there. That is why if the Sukshma is not there, that means the person is dead. Only a dead person has no Sukshma Sarira. So otherwise all the sense organs are there, but they're not functioning. Eyes are there, not functioning. All the pranas are there, only the prana is functioning. Many other things are not functioning.
That's my question.
Yeah. So question is what?
So that is my question actually. So yeah, I put it like this. So the yeah, they are there, but in the in a bija state or whatever. But the breath is still there. The prana is still there. I mean, like you said just now.
So what is the question? What is the question again?
Yeah, so the subtle body is absent in the sense of like what you said. It is there, but it is in the in a dormant state or whatever, right? It is like a Bijavastha. When I get up, when I come to the awakened state, that's when again I start feeling the awakened state, outside world and all. But it is part of the subtle body. The pranamaya kosha is part of the subtle body. And when I'm in the causal state, but I'm still having the prana. I mean, I'm breathing still, which is supposed to be absent during causal state.
What is supposed to be absent in causal state?
Is the subtle body.
And what is causal state in your mind?
That is the deep sleep, the karana sarira, which is actually deep sleep state.
Yeah, deep sleep, there is both Sukshma and Karana. So deep sleep, there is both Sukshma Sharira and Karana Sharira. Deep sleep, yeah. If Sukshma is not there, the person will die. It
is almost equivalent to the dead state, right? Though we don't die, but causal state is like a dead state, right?
Correct, almost equal. Why is almost? Because prana is active. Prana is active, breath is there. If the breath also is not there, then what you said is correct.
But my mental functions are not working, which are part of the subtle state.
Let it not work. Eyes are also not working. Ears are not working. That's why people call, hey, no, can't hear, can't see, can't smell, can't taste. Okay, can't feel. Even the skin can't feel anything. But prana is working inside. That is why when you get up in the morning, you're hungry. You're going to the kitchen. Why you're hungry? Because some work is going on. Even asleep, work is going on. Prana is active. Thankfully, it is active. And so, Sukshma, for prana to be active, Sukshma must be there. Some part of the Sukshma is there. So many of the other Sukshmas are dormant, but one prana is active. Therefore, we will never say Sukshma does not exist in deep sleep. And Sukshma Sharira leaves when the body dies, like that we say, right? When the person passes away. That's when the Sukshma Sharira completely leaves. Prana is gone. So sometimes the Shastra uses the word because prana, minimum prana is needed for the body to survive. Pranam, the Shastra will sometimes say, pranam is adhishtanam, is the basis of your life. Like that, among all the Sukshmas, it will highlight just the prana. It is acceptable. Yeah. Yeah. Anything else? Good. So we'll pause with that. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trilokyanathaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trilokyanathaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trilokyanathaya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Thank you.
Thank you, Jai Kumarji.
Dhanyavad.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಮಹೋದಯ.